No matter what particular temple or regional civic group affiliation you may belong, or for that matter, moral social philosophy you may aspire to, you may now go to your own online Moorish social network platform, such as activemoors.com, and reach out and ally yourself and or your group or association with other Moorish groups and or individual Moors living in your own local area to immediately begin the important creative process of establishing your own local, regional, and national body politics electoral commissions, wherein, if you follow the internationally respected Moorish rules of procedure, you will be answering the Moors' call to action, which is the only viable process in which Moors can now reanimate our Moorish body politic. Let's take a look at the call to action. This call to action is made with an emphasized recognition of our current application era. The time is undoubtedly now that certain bold initiatives must, without failure or further delay, be called into action forthwith to initiate and implement the required constructs of a viable, active convention of evolutionary, faithful Moors for the awe-inspiring solemn purpose of articulating and hearing with tolerance all reasonable national concerns, to be accompanied by respectful decision and thoughtful deliberations on the important merits of all tabled well-reasoned issues and affairs, united as one with an unwavering singular pursuit of sound and practical means in which to fashion and actuate in a timely yet thorough manner an adequately provisioned quorum of specifically qualified, suitably aged, responsible electors of various statute, yet common by soundness of mind, each possessing an astute acumen appropriately peculiar to Moorish affairs, with well-suited honest willingness, unique abilities, and fortitude to succeed in the truly noble task of bringing to fruition a refreshing of our body politic, to effectively address and accommodate with admirable fairness the various needs, desires, and revitalization requirements of our indigenous populace, collective and individual well-being, in harmony with our divine universal prophet's intent and lovingly established moral directive to be instrumental in the critically imperative task of uplifting fallen humanity, guided by our spiritually transcendent principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The Moorish Registry is a primary vector point within the Moorish online community's infrastructure. The MoorishRegistry.org, not .com or commercial, is an imperatively important component, part of our community's online infrastructure. The Moorish Registry is first and foremost an autonomous, which means independent, archival and recordation gateway device within an orderly social infrastructure framework, a transparent framework, always open to any member of our community's inspection and or Moorish organization, always accessible to full and transparent financial and administrative disclosure. And that is because the Moorish Registry's basic framework follows that of a republic, not an oligarchy, similar to that of a democracy, which in reality is controlled by a select few of the most wealthy individuals and or their corporations. And that has been a very conscious choice and decision. The Moorish Registry is framed to exist within an atmosphere in which supreme power rests in the hands of its people, our community, and or respective elected representatives, period, and without reservation. Infrastructure means the basic physical constructs of an organization's social structures, facilities. And facilities are those mechanisms and device structures which are required for the optimal functional operation of an orderly and well thought out social construct and or enterprise or endeavor, venture, as would be appropriate to this initiative, which is a very ambitious undertaking. The Moorish Registry requires an extremely healthy degree of reputable and warranted trust, a level of trust which can only be earned through deed. And this level of open transparency must remain consistent throughout all aspects of the greater infrastructures framework. When you navigate to the moorishregistry.org, you will see a tab which says click here to see the registry's transparent accounting ledger. When you open the ledger, you'll see a row of entries and their associated URLs, active hyperlinks connected to the actual receipts of all transactions. This demonstrates an extremely high degree of open transparency, which should, as stated, exist through all levels of our Moorish American social and political infrastructures. The pink icon, as stated previously, provides a full description of the greater infrastructure, of which the moorishregistry.org is simply a component part of, but a very critically important as well as historically in nature, because it will, for the first time ever in this modern era, reflect and demonstrate our unity, and over time, numbers, which will continue to grow. Additionally, the Moorish Registry will provide its users a means to upload their proof of proclamation and heritage documents, Real ID, into the database, which will afford them 24/7 access to their valid Moorish documents. And as stated, no matter your social philosophies, regional group affiliations, temples, or civic organizations, all Moors, no matter your region, philosophy, civic group, or temple affiliation, will now all have a centralized archival database charged with the awesome responsibility to serve our community and assure that all Moors are accounted for. And lastly, on the site there will also be 3 other extremely important tabs. A tab where you may sign up to become a volunteer, a tab to make monetary support donations, and a tab to become an honored and most appreciated ongoing sponsor of your moorishregistry.org, which are always, of course, very much welcome and most certainly needed. We look forward to seeing you all there at your moorishregistry.org.